What is going on, guys? Jason Herrera here, also known as AlgorithmicJason, here walking through this recent program that I started, created by Wes Boss, called JavaScript 30. And it's a 30-day challenge with JavaScript code. I will be sure to link it down in the description below. But today what I want to do is walk through this day one project and kind of talk about what we did here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to git add and I'm going to git commit without any explanation. Oh, no. Okay, we messed up because we need a message. We're going to say I added comments. That's what I did last. Okay, so we're gonna get check out to the master because I want to show you guys what I started off with first. And basically what the project started off with is a HTML file where we have this background and these keys here where you see A, S, D, and so forth. And we also have some audio tags down here with the source and the data key, which I learned that the data key, that there's such thing as a data attribute. So for example, if you want to create your own attributes in HTML, you start them off with data, use a hyphen, and you can add whatever. In this case, we use data keys. So that was cool. You have an empty script tag. Oh, I wonder what that's for. And then just the closing HTML tags. So without further ado, we're going to check out to first try. And here is the code. Basically what this app is a drum set kit. So for example, I'll play you a little tune. And we really glitched this thing pretty bad. So let's not try that again. Let's walk through this code. So the first thing we're going to see is that script tag, which within the script tag, we're going to use some JavaScript to create what we just seen and heard. So we have some functions, and some attributes that we've created, some variables that we've created. And we have an event listener of a key down. So the event listener of a key down is going to call the function play sound. For example, if I click a S, that's considered a key down, and it's going to play sound. So we look at this function play sound of the event of the key down, and let's go through it. So it has we've created here two different variables. The first one is we're going to document.query select. We use backticks and we find the audio. So basically what we're doing is we're going within this HTML and grabbing these audios. We're query selecting for this audio. And then after that, we're going to do the data key, which I told you was a data attribute. And then we're finding the data key whose value is equal to the interpolation of the event.keycode. So for example, if you need to know what the key code for A is, you see that it's 65, and this is the website that we use, keycode.info. If you use Q, it's 81, and basically what this is every key on the keyboard, it will tell you the equivalent key value. And that's what we use here, the key code. So we make a variable for the audio, and we target the key, the data key, and we also target the key, which is up here. And what we do with this, so we do the class key, which is right here, the data key. So we find 76, so it's A, or not A, it's I think it's L in this one. And basically what we're doing is we're finding the equivalent key code that we've typed to the equivalent value that's within the HTML. So what we do here, if there's no audio, if not audio, just return. So for example, you don't see a Q up here, and if I click Q, you're not going to hear audio. So it stops the function from running. And then the audio.current time is set to 0, so we can spam the drum without having a cooldown. And then after that, we just have the audio play. And the reason we can do dot play is because we have a source up here, source which has the sound within it. And then the last thing that we do here is we add a key, or to this key that we have typed, we add a class name to it, or we call it class list in vanilla JavaScript. If you're using jQuery, you could use the class name, but we're using vanilla JavaScript, so we're going to use class list, and then we're going to add the playing. We're going to add the playing class. So if we look at our CSS, basically what we're doing is adding the transformation of the scale. So if you notice, it gets a little bigger for a split second. The border color changes to a yellow, and we have some box shadowing. So that's what that does. After that function is ran, without removing it, the yellow border would stay there, and the bigger letter would stay there too. So we have to find a way to remove that transition, and that's exactly what we do next. So this function ends. We have the keys that we've created. For each key, we add the event listener of the transition end. So whenever the transition ends, we're going to call this function remove transition, which we have in the event of the transition ending. And then if the event's property name is not equal to transform, skip it. Don't do nothing. Just return, exit this function until the property name is transformed. So if we look back at our CSS, we're not waiting for the border color to change. We're not waiting for the box shadow to change. We're waiting for the transformation to take place. And then when that happens, we go to this.classlist.remove playing. So basically what we're doing is removing the class name playing, so it can go back to its normal form without the yellow border and all that. The reason we can use this is because, see, the event which this is being called is this key. So if we use this, so if we console.log this, what do we get? Try to open DevTools. Okay. Quick error. So we're going to try to open up DevTools. Okay, let's just inspect. So we're going to go to the console, and we want to console.log this right here. So we need to invoke a. So this is the whole div itself. So the whole div, and then we're doing the class list. So we're going to remove the class of playing. go. We have the class key right now. For a split second, I don't know if it tracks it. Doesn't look like it tracks it. For a split second here, there's a class name of playing, and then we remove it. Therefore, that's why it's not yellow anymore. I hope that kind of makes sense. And that was basically the day one project that we had here in the JavaScript 30. Yeah, I will be sure to link the link to the JavaScript 30 by Wes Boss down in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I made this tune for you guys. See if I remember. Thank you, and see you in the next video.